Quality is not an act, it is a habit. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Well begun is half done. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. Good habits formed at youth make all the difference. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living from the dead. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. Friendship is essentially a partnership. Wit is educated insolence. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The law is reason, free from passion. The state comes into existence for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Democracy is when the indigent and not the men of property are the rulers. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. The worst form of inequality is to try to make unequal things equal. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. We make war that we may live in peace. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. The one exclusive sign of thorough knowledge is the power of teaching. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals. Separated from law and justice, he is the worst. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. The end of labor is to gain leisure. The soul never thinks without a picture. Education is the best provision for old age. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. Suffering becomes beautiful when anyone bears great calamities with cheerfulness, not through insensibility, but through greatness of mind. I have gained this from philosophy, that I do without being commanded what others do only from fear of the law. There was never a genius without a tincture of madness. In a democracy, the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. The virtue of justice consists in moderation, as regulated by wisdom. The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. Man is by nature a political animal. Piety requires us to honor truth above our friends. Without friends, no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. For as the eyes of bats are to the blaze of day, so is the reason in our soul to the things which are by nature most evident of all. Therefore, the good of man must be the end of the science of politics. For though we love both the truth and our friends, piety requires us to honor the truth first. A great city is not to be confounded with a populous one. Law is mind without reason. It is unbecoming for young men to utter maxims. Don't trust a wife who lets herself not trust you. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Nothing destroys a person as much as a prolonged inaction. Some save as if they should live forever. Others spend as if they would die right away. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. A friend to all is a friend to none. For 2 years, a person learns to speak, and then for the rest of his life, he learns to be silent. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. You can't chase after money, you need to go towards them. What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in 2 bodies. Happiness belongs to the self-sufficient.